Greetings, barbecue family. Welcome to another episode of the Backyard SmokeMaster BBQ Podcast. I'm your host, Kenyatta Robinson, and I'm joined tonight by my lovely wife, Jeannine. And, you know, it's been a few weeks since we have done the podcast. An unexpected event happened that really kind of shook me to the core. My father passed away unexpectedly a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, I really haven't been feeling, you know, much like getting on the podcast and doing the podcast. But this week, you know, Jeannine suggested that we go ahead and do it. She said that she would come on with me. So I'm going to try my best to get through this. No hard topic tonight. I really just kind of want to try and tie in some thoughts that I have about my father with barbecue. Mostly in his case, it was more about the love of taking care of family and having family, being present. I do have a comment that one of my cousins left on Facebook that I'm going to read. But before we get more into it, I do want to, as always, thank you all for tuning in and welcome you to please leave your comments. As I always say every time, you know, your comments are the engine that drives the show. So we do have some comments in, and I do want to acknowledge the condolences that have been coming through. I'm very, you know, appreciative. Yeah, that's the right word for that. You know, my father had been in declining health. Yeah. But at the same time, I, you know, didn't think that it would happen that quickly. Yeah. I thought that we had, that's fine. Okay. I thought that that we would have, you know, a little more time. Yeah. So when it did happen, it totally caught me off guard. Agree. So again, I thank you all for your comments. Very much appreciative. Let me pull up what my cousin wrote. My father was known affectionately by the nickname of EJ. His name is Elisha Robinson Jr., so he's a junior, and the family refers to him as EJ. So my cousin Hasina wrote, "The traditions of family love that Uncle EJ showed us all will continue to live on through each one of us. We could always show up to the house in Berkeley." Excuse me. "We could always show up to the house in Berkeley at any time, whether a random Tuesday or the 4th of July. And he welcomed us with so much love. We would leave later on with both our bellies and our hearts so full. Love, Uncle EJ. Your memory will live on forever through us." So I thought that was, you know, the way that she put that was really hit the nail on the head, you know, with regard to my father and both of my parents. I mean, that's what I do remember growing up. I'm an only child, but family was always around. I do remember as a young kid, there would always be these get-togethers, especially on the weekend at our house. Family from, you know, relatives from both sides of the family would come over, and you know, they'd be listening to music and playing cards and wisecracking on each other. You know, and that was something that was present, not just through, you know, my childhood, but even as I grew up, that became a constant thing. And for like the holidays, You know, when it comes to barbecue, yeah, my dad was kind of like the holiday barbecue guy.
Yeah, he's pretty seasonal.
Yeah, he wasn't one that was out there barbecuing all the time. It was mostly, you know, what was it, like Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. You know,
Those were the big ones.
Kind of like the big cooking barbecue holidays. And I always knew that there would be, you know, he would be out there barbecuing, you know, for those holidays. And then there would be a lot of people, you know, coming over. And, you know, the funny thing is, as I myself got into barbecue and learning about it, I realized, I hate to say it, my dad didn't really know what he was doing out there on the grill. You know, it was kind of just, you know, the traditional, the chicken, hot dogs, hamburgers, hot links, occasionally some ribs. You know, there was no meat thermometer checking internal temperatures.
Yeah, he was using the force.
Pretty much. No special seasoning going on there.
Salt and pepper.
I do kind of remember even later on, like he would sometimes, I saw him even putting on some pre-marinated chicken or something from Costco.
Oh my God.
You know, that type of thing. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter because the family was together and everyone was having a good time. Nobody was complaining. Everybody was welcome and just having, you know, a wonderful time. And that's what I kind of tie in to barbecue. And then as I became one who got into barbecue, my dad he really enjoyed,
oh my goodness,
you know, the barbecue that I was making. And, you know,
there were many times when we brought food over, and those were good times.
Oh, absolutely. Because, you know, just myself, Jeannine, daughter Erin. So, you know, when I would barbecue, usually I would, you know, take some food over for my parents. My dad really liked spicy food, enjoyed like a spicy grilled shrimp.
Yeah, he liked that a lot. That was a favorite.
Also became a big fan of, you know, the chicken that I would do.
Chicken. Yeah.
The jerk chicken, ribs.
Yeah.
You know, all of those things, you know, he really enjoyed. So, you know, and that's what I try, you know, when I think about that, even though like I said, my dad was far from being any kind of a pitmaster. But, you know, what I try to take with me is, you know, that barbecue is something that brings people together. It brings people joy. I mean, that's one of the things that I enjoy most about it was bringing joy to my parents with my barbecue, and also my in-laws, you know, Jeannine's dad. I've talked many times about how Jeannine's father was the person, seeing his love for barbecue is what inspired me and got me into barbecuing.
Yeah, he was the first person I knew that ever had a smoker. You know? Yeah. He was serious about everything. You know, he was always in it to win it, and he was somebody who he always pushed, you know, beyond the normal. Like he had a huge pit in his backyard, you know, and that was before anybody I ever knew had a huge pit, you know, custom built from the ground up. And then, you know, when he became older and that became a little too much to manage, then he decided to just slim it down a little bit, but continue smoking. And he moved it onto his little back porch, and he kept it going.
Right. Okay, now here we go. You know, I'm using StreamYard. StreamYard has made some changes. They're under new ownership. So tell me, guys, it looks like the picture is frozen.
Yeah, it's been frozen for a while, I think.
And really no reason for it. I know sometimes we've had some issues because it got really hot in here,
but it's not hot
that's
in here.
That's not the issue today.
Absolutely not.
I'm definitely going to have to think about switching to a different platform. So I'm pretty sure the picture is frozen. Hopefully you guys can still hear us. So
nothing there at all.
Nothing there at all.
But
you can hear us.
Oh, thought you actually had the video off. We're not even seeing a picture.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All righty then.
Yeah. All right.
Doggone it.
Let me think about what I can try to do to resolve that.
Where's producer Erin when we need her?
Not really sure. So that's a bummer. Okay, well, tell me this. Can you guys see the comments? Like, I have a comment up from correctional officer who says, I know some Frankie Beverly and Mays were played at those gatherings, which is absolutely correct.
Oh, absolutely.
So
was your father a USC fan? What do you, I don't know.
My dad was only a
pro.
USC fan because I'm an alum.
Yeah.
So
he was
would
a
always
49ers fan.
Yeah, he would always ask me on Saturdays, when are the Trojans playing? What channel are they on? Because that's another thing that my dad and I had was both a love for sports.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I can remember, my dad taking me to San Francisco Giant baseball games. We did that a lot. For a stretch, we had season tickets to 49er games while they were still at Candlestick Park. But then, unfortunately, as he got older, getting around was too difficult for him. So we weren't able to continue to go to sporting events. But what we could do, and what I would often do, especially on Sundays, was I would cook. And then I would take the food over, and we would watch the 49ers. Or, if it was basketball season, we'd watch the Warriors.
Yeah.
So we did have that in common. But to that question.
That was from Bruce.
From Bruce. So he was only rooting for the Trojans because, like I said, I'm an alum. And I'm a Trojan, so that, he was rooting for him. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let me see if I can get some more comments on. Hopefully you guys can at least see the comments. So correctional officer said, Shade Tree Shack, you are so right. Like music, barbecue can be liked as the universal language. Absolutely.
Right. And I think food is like a love language anyway. So, and especially barbecue, because there's just so much time and effort that's put into it, and it's just you have to love it in order to put that much time and effort into trying to get it right.
Right. And it goes hand in hand, barbecue, especially if you're having a gathering, you're going to, there's going to be music.
Yeah.
So they definitely go together.
I remember when my mom passed, I was so surprised when my dad showed up with just a ton of barbecue that he had smoked himself and by himself. And it was just enough to feed so many people. And you don't realize how much love that is being expressed, until someone does that for you when you need it. And you don't even realize you need it.
Right. So Jeff says, I'll bet your dad is laughing at that, Mr. Fancy Pitmaster. Yeah, maybe that's my dad's way of getting back at me.
Absolutely.
For calling him out for not being a true pitmaster and knocking my picture off.
But you never felt, I don't think you ever made him feel like, he wasn't like in there and doing his thing, even though, we knew his equipment was like a little sus, but it worked,
Well, and then, my dad, I wish we had did this more. I ended up, I took over and it's still in the backyard.
Yeah.
There's a pit barrel cooker that I put back there.
Don't you have a Weber over there too?
Yeah, there's also
like
a Weber kettle.
Yeah,
in the backyard.
I think you were slowly starting to kind of repopulate his backyard with the right kinds of equipment.
Yeah, so I mean, really, the idea was, sometimes he would say, "Oh, come over, I'll buy the food and you cook it," So we would go over, and then it'd be easier to have something like the Weber kettle that I could just fire up and get some food on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the barbecue grill that he had, oh my God, I think it's an old Brinkman. Probably bought it, I don't know, maybe in the 80s.
Do you think he got it from like Home Depot or someplace?
Most likely. I'm sure he got it, at a big box hardware store. But it's the type, it's really it's a grill, and you can lift and lower the coals. So it just wasn't my favorite thing to cook on. So that was really another reason why I took the kettle out over. Jeff says, "It's always great when someone cooks for you."
Yes, it is.
It's all good. Just some better than others. Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing I appreciated, was that as I would experiment and try stuff, my dad never or rarely complained. Most of it, he really liked, and was just a willing participant, for my experimentations. All right, Bruce says, "Guess what? The spirit of tonight's podcast has my wife just giving me the green light to purchase my long overdue custom-made smoker. She's ear hustling in the kitchen.
That's right.
While I'm in the den."
That's right.
Well, that's a big win.
That sure is.
That's a big win. I know Bruce has big plans, to continue to beef up his barbecue collection. So I'm happy to hear that you got the green light.
That's right.
So the custom made smoker, my goodness. So I think maybe we're talking about an offset.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
That would be awesome. All right, let me get to this one from Shade Tree Shack. He said, "I remember from LA to San Diego when I was in the U.S. Marine Corps in 1990, there was a great little Mexican shop on the corner before the beach at Oceanside that was so good. Sam's Barbecue on the north side of LA."
I wonder if it's still there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to go back and add that to my notes, because we do go down to LA.
Absolutely.
Still,
we're going next month.
Yeah, we're going. Was it next month?
Oh, absolutely. It's already October.
Oh, okay. So next month we're going back down to LA, and I kind of have a list of some spots that I would like to try for barbecue, but then also there's some old favorites that we have that we like to check out as well. So definitely have to add that to the list.
That's right.
Jeff says, "Go Bruce." Order it now before she comes to her senses.
Yeah, Bruce, you better run.
That's right. Yeah, when you get that green light, especially on something like that,
because that's not a small purchase.
Yeah, get that order in pretty quickly. But make sure, since it's going to be a custom smoker, make sure you get all the specifications and everything that you want in order, because this is be the big one for you. So this, I think, will be your pride and joy
of your backyard.
Can't wait to see how that turns out. Shade Tree Shack says,
"It's been a long time since you've been back to the barbecue place."
Oh, but yeah, been a long time. So it was good with reference to Sam's Barbecue. on the north side of LA. So when you say north side of LA, now are we talking the valley? Is that what you mean by north?
No, it's by the beach. It's at Oceanside. So I think,
but Oceanside is like San Diego County. So
well, maybe we have to look it up.
Let me look at that again.
I'm intrigued. Color me intrigued. I am feeling this. So he had me kind of go in at the little Mexican shop. I was like hooked
yeah,
then.
I think he's talking about two different places. He said there's a great little Mexican shop on the corner before the beach at Oceanside.
And then there was
so
also the Sam's Barbecue, which is on the north side of LA. Okay,
right,
gotcha.
Sam's Barbecue on the north side of LA.
Well, I'm down for both because I love Mexican food and I love barbecue, so I'm down for either one.
So that's why I'm wondering, north side of LA. When I think of that sounds like the valley.
Okay, that could be.
Could be like North Hollywood.
Yeah, could be.
Whitman
He's
Hills.
right. It's the valley.
Okay, so he says yes, right before the valley.
Oh.
Yes, you got it.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
All right. Yeah. That sounds intriguing.
That would be near where we are. So that could work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a point, to check out some spots. So that one is definitely on the list.
I hope it's still there.
So, okay, guys. So like I said, I really don't have a particular topic. I just kind of wanted to tie in, my father and, the gatherings that he would have at his house with barbecue and just, the way that food can bring people together. So I'm going to open this up. We can talk about anything you guys want barbecue related. If there's certain recipes, if there's certain grills, cookers, anything, opening it up. Definitely apologize for the lack of picture.
A little technical, yeah.
So this is a little incredible to me because again, this company, they announced price increases, and all I'm seeing is worse service here. So I think definitely next week I'm going to be moving on. I'm going back to eCam.
Good for you.
So just know in advance it's going to have a different look and feel, but
it's worth it.
This is unacceptable.
That's right.
But at least we got picture.
Yes.
I mean sound.
Yeah. No picture, but we have sound.
Okay, Bruce says, thanks. I need to obtain as much as I can for my grill arsenal. My wife and I attended our gaming son's high school orientation last week. And when told the tuition, my barbecue arsenal game plan took off.
Uh-oh.
Okay, but no. Okay, so that sounds like maybe the tuition wasn't as bad as you thought. Is that why the Arsenal game plan took off?
Maybe so. Maybe it was more reasonable than he thought it was going to be.
Because when I first saw, tuition, I thought maybe you had to scale it back.
Or maybe his plan is to use the barbecue arsenal to offset the cost of the tuition.
Use the barbecue.
Yeah. So who knows?
To offset the cost of the tuition.
Well, maybe he's going to do something where he's going to sell some plates or something. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. You're getting creative.
Well, sound like Bruce is.
All right. Shade Tree Shack says, I remember Dad cooking on the old Weber. He used to cook for the Union Hall also.
Oh, that's neat.
Good times. That's awesome.
That is neat. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's, that's to me why like the Weber kettle is iconic. Mm-hmm. That style is basically has been around for decades and has stood the test of time and really not, they've beefed it up with things like the Weber Summit Kamado, but the traditional Weber kettle, and I still cook on mine, is awesome. It's an awesome cooker, great way to start. Very versatile. You can grill on it. You can smoke on it. I think a lot of people, have memories of their dads cooking on Weber kettles.
And it's reasonably priced.
That's right. Reasonably priced. Jeff says, I was going to ask you about this, Jeff, because I saw a post from John Setzler on Facebook where he has just gotten his Huntsman, and he said that he's going to begin making videos. And that made me wonder, Jeff, if you had gotten yours. So Jeff says, good news here, the Huntsman arrived.
All right.
Work has been crazy, so I haven't had a chance to set it up. But I hope to be doing the first cook for the next Backyard SmokeMaster Society meetup.
Okay.
All right, that would be great.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Now, for those of you who don't know, the Backyard SmokeMaster Society is it's a like Facebook, but not Facebook. It's our barbecue community that we have, and we've got a couple of our society brothers listening, since you can't watch, listening in right now, Jeff as well as Bruce.
Yeah.
And we have our next meetup is a week from tomorrow, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay.
Saturday the 27th. So that'll be awesome, Jeff. I would love to see your Huntsman in action. So hopefully, you'll be able to have it set up by then.
And you can show it off.
Absolutely. Oh, now you're getting kudos. Jeannine is so smart.
Only because I think of when Bruce was talking about the tuition, I think I clued in on how he was going to offset the costs. So I got a little prop for that.
All right. And then we got some folks congratulating Jeff.
Oh, absolutely.
On the arrival of his Huntsman. And I know it's been a little while that you've been waiting on it, because I know you had ordered it, I want to say like in the summertime.
Is that the one that had the special pricing?
Yeah, I think they were talking about, order by a certain date in order to, get the kind of like the introductory pricing.
And it was just going to go up from there, right?
Yeah. It'll probably continue to go up. Now, Jeff, I'm also curious. I know you had ordered the new wireless meat thermometer that ThermoWorks has put out. So wondering if you've gotten yours, because I think I've seen in other places that it has started to ship. I ordered the new wireless thermometer from Fireboard. I haven't gotten mine, and I'm not aware that it's shipping yet. And they've seemed to be kind of quiet, in terms of indicating exactly when those will ship. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, both ThermoWorks and Fireboard with those wireless thermometers, getting into people's hands, so they can, so we can start to see, how well they perform, and how they compare to like the meter.
Are these like next generation?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they would claim their next generation. I think wireless thermometers in general are next generation. I think what's exciting is that we've seen, kind of like these newer companies, at the forefront of making wireless thermometers, like Meter. But there are companies that do have tried and true reputations for making like instant read thermometers and other, thermometers, measurement equipment, and ThermoWorks is definitely, I think, at the top of the list in terms of having a great reputation. And then I think Fireboard is right there with them. So just knowing the reputation for the stuff they've done in the past, we're excited to see what they can do in the wireless thermometer market, because some of the initial wireless thermometers that we've seen, for a variety of different reasons, have left some things to be desired. Either the thermometer itself was kind of big, and people don't like the idea of inserting this big wide thermometer into the meat, leaving a big hole. Some of them had, I think the bigger issue is just with connectivity issues, not having a great range. If you're, if you're far away from the thermometer, maybe not being able to maintain a good signal. So that type of thing has left folks wanting to see improvements, because I think we all love the idea of having a leave-in meat thermometer, but we all kind of want to get away from the wires, having the wires. So that's why we're, excited to see what companies like ThermaWorks and Fireboard can offer.
So what are the price points for those two, for their wireless, just roughly?
I kind of don't remember.
Okay.
Let me see. Because it's been a minute.
So I'm guessing maybe like under $150.
No, I think it might be 150 or more.
Oh, I'm a pretty good guesser.
All right, let's see here. Unfortunately, I can't show it on my screen. Okay, so
yeah, $159 on sale. Hey.
Yeah, the ThermaWorks, the RFX wireless probe starter kit is $159.
Look at that.
And that includes the thermometer and the receiver.
But that's only one probe, so I guess as you get to.
Well, it's two probes, I think. It looks like it's a wireless probe. Well, but then it says, okay, let me just read what it says. For the starter kit, it says includes the RFX wireless probe, RFX gateway receiver, and a Pro Series air probe for ambient temperatures. So I think it's two different probes and the receiver. So that's the kit for $159. And then Jeff says the 4-pack for the RFX was close to $400.
Clip that one. You might see that price difference. Let's see. Go. There it is. Oh, but hey, Jeff, it went on sale. It's down to $349.
Yeah,
currently about right?
on the ThermaWorks website, it shows the 4 probe starter kit.
Saving about $85. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting.
I guess if you guys are thinking about that, now would be a good time to jump on that.
And you could put it on your Santa list.
Shade Tree Shack says Chef's Temp is starting to come up in scale also.
Oh, cool.
And then, let's see, Bruce says, my wife has informed me that I will smoke 2 turkeys next month.
Go, Bruce.
One for her parents with my new smoker, of course. Well, yeah. I mean, that has to be part of the deal to get the final sign off. You got to be on the hook for smoking some turkeys, especially with Thanksgiving coming up. And
they're going to be so delicious.
And Jeff confirms, I think Jeff is confirming that he ordered
the 4 Pro.
The 4-pack.
Good.
And I think he got the deal.
Oh, good.
So $349. You add in the tax and then you're up around $400.
Hi. Yep. I understand.
Let's see. Bruce is, Jeff is encouraging Bruce on the smoked turkey. You'll love it. So I'm wondering, I don't know, have you done a smoked turkey before, Bruce? And what's your game plan? Like, are you looking to do, you said it's going to be a smoked turkey. So are you looking to do kind of like the traditional smoking temperatures? Are you looking at 275? Or are you looking to take it, maybe go a little hotter, 325, 350? Kind of curious what your, if you've given any thoughts to how you're going to smoke these 2 turkeys.
So, Bruce, I don't know, you don't want my unsolicited advice, but if it were me and this was new equipment, I think I would probably, as soon as I got it, hopefully you'll have plenty of time before Thanksgiving to take the pressure off. But I would probably invest in a few inexpensive turkeys and sort of, try it out now and like kind of give it a go, right? So that the pressure is not on for Thanksgiving, because I feel like that's where a lot of people kind of come up short, especially if it's something new. Not sure if it's new though.
Well, okay, that's one approach. I would just say, get to know your smoker, your new smoker, and
practicing, right?
But practice on something else.
Oh, really?
Maybe practice on a pork butt, or maybe just get some bacon. You just want to learn how it cooks. How to control the fire, how to control temperatures. That's what I would probably do. Even maybe just get a couple of chickens.
Oh, yes.
And you can practice on the chickens, and they won't take quite as long as a turkey.
Yeah, I think I like the chicken idea. I think the hens, man, that's a skill. Those little things.
Well, yeah, the hens, little Cornish hens. I love cooking those.
I know you do, but they can go south kind of quick.
Now, I agree with Jeff here. Jeff says, with regard to the temperature to cook the turkey, Jeff is saying definitely go a little hotter, 300 to 325 to get that skin tight, or get it right. Get the skin right. I agree with that. Because it's poultry, so, you don't have to, it doesn't take much, to get some good smoke flavor on it. And I think the skin is the big issue. And that's why, I would recommend also going 300, 325, maybe baste it along the way. What else? Maybe spray it, with you could use like duck fat or olive oil, something like that. But I would cook it a little bit hotter. Let's see. Jeff throwing more kudos at Jeannine. Practice is always good. And Bruce says, I will try smoking some Cornish hens. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good way to go.
I think so.
Those won't take too long, and that'll give you a great idea of what you need to do when you do the real thing with the turkeys. Okay, and then we can't go an episode without Bruce asking about that pig roast that me and Jeannine are going to host. So, yeah.
Well, Bruce, I did my due diligence. I found a farm that, sells pigs with various sizes. So I was prepared when he was ready to go there. I was going to give him a source so he could go directly there. But it didn't quite happen. So I'll just keep holding on to my source. And then when he's ready.
Oh, now see, this is the first that I'm hearing of this. She has not mentioned anything about having a source.
I do.
To get the pig.
I found this source at the farmer's market recently. So, yes, farm fresh, farm to you.
Okay, now, but are we talking like a suckling?
They had them in various sizes.
About a whole hog?
You could pick it out and order it. So I was ready for you.
All right. Well, you never know. I might decide to, start with a suckling, and throw it on my my LSG offset smoker.
I don't know. It's getting cold now. It's like this fall.
What does that have to do with it? Are you backing away now? What
I'm
is
not backing
that?
away. I just don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know. The seasons have changed. I feel like this was more a summer activity. No. Okay. We'll see. We'll see, Bruce, what he talks about.
All right. There's a lot of encouragement for this. Jeff says, hell yeah, Robinson pig roast, sign me up. And then
does sound delicious.
Correctional officer says, me too. Laugh out loud. Set the date. We'll be there to help. So, Shade Tree Shack says the wheels are turning now. And now Jeff says, we've seen your yard. We can dig a pit.
It's a big yard.
Yeah. Now, see, okay. Now, I'm not that committed, in terms of digging a pit, but I wouldn't mind having a dedicated pig smoker, pig roaster.
No, which one would that be now? Would that be a new one?
Oh, yeah. That
would be a new one, of course. Okay.
That would be a new acquisition.
And his whole job is just to smoke the pig.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, there's like, I'm thinking of the Old Hickory brand. So it doesn't have to just be for pigs. And then there's also, but there are dedicated pig roasters. I know there's one on Amazon. I keep forgetting the name of it.
La Quinta.
That's it. But yeah, La Quinta makes nice pig roasting boxes. Oh. So yeah, that could be something right there. Jeff's got Jeannine laughing. This is now a telethon for the Robinson pig roast. Where do I pledge? So actually,
you got to look that up.
Look up on Amazon.
I think so. I like to see what that looks like.
La Quinta. Or maybe I didn't spell it right.
Oh, how'd you spell it?
Let's see. Oh, I left off. Okay, let me get my...
Oh, yeah. You got to get your typing right. All right, let's see. Oh. Okay. I'm not really seeing it.
Yeah, I'm seeing
because
some...
Amazon doesn't really carry it?
Some other ones.
Although that was a pig roaster right there. But is that it or no?
Yeah, but that's way more than what I remember the La Quinta costing. So this pig roaster we're looking at is $2,100.
It can't be that, right, Bruce? $2,100.
Yeah, okay, actually, this is the one.
Oh, that's
so actually,
it.
It's the one that I was thinking of is the Kaha China roasting box pig roaster.
Yeah, 100 pounds. It can hold up to 100-pound pig.
Yeah, and it's $400.
That seems reasonable.
So that's the one that I've seen that I think I might,
Where do you put the coals?
Well, I think it's under the pig.
Oh.
Inside of the box.
Okay, gotcha. At the bottom of the box.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to see some videos.
Boy, that pig is beautiful, isn't it?
See,
Don't you think that pig would be tasty?
Oh, now you're getting
it looks
into
good.
it. Let's see. Jeff says we have a topic for the next Backyard SmokeMaster Society meetup: the Robinson pig roast. It may just happen.
It might. How long do you think this will take to roast? Any ideas?
It depends on how large the pig is.
Okay, let's go for the max. 100 pounds. 85 pounds.
And then, also depends on what temperature you're smoking at. So I think I would want to go low and slow.
Okay.
So I would like to be around 225 degrees. So I don't know. I'm thinking, okay, if I like a brisket, you figure is going to be generally the rule of thumb is like an hour per pound. So I don't think it would take
80 hours.
Yeah, not 80 hours, but it might very well take more than take 24. I don't know. I've seen videos where it's like a couple of guys and somebody's watching it while the other guys are sleeping.
So it's more than a day, maybe.
Maybe. I'm not totally sure because I've never cooked one.
You're going to need a little army because I'm going to get my sleep.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Jeannine is all talk, and all supportive.
I'll buy it. You know, I'll source it.
But when it's time to actually smoke this thing and be out there, you know, manning the fire, babysitting.
I'll buy your coals.
You know, like
I'll
she
buy
said,
your wood.
She will be somewhere in the house snoozing. All right, Jeff says, sign me up as a sponsor. We'll figure it out. Wow, you guys really,
they want it because this is kind of exciting, you know.
And let's see. Jeff says we'll work in shifts. Well, you know, if we plan it out far enough in advance, who knows? Maybe it will turn into like a get together, you know, and who knows? Who knows? But, you know, you guys kind of do have me actually thinking a little bit more seriously about this.
No, yeah, I'll buy all your to-go boxes. Everybody can get, you know, a couple pounds of pig. It does look delicious, that picture. Oh,
okay. And Jeannine, Jeff says, Jeannine, you just have to give permission. Bruce, Ken, and I will do the work along with anyone else. We can press into service. So it looks like, you know, I wouldn't have a problem getting the team together necessary in order to make this happen. Again, we just need the equipment and the pig. And now you're saying you know where to get the pig. So I don't know.
I there are some local farms, and I've made, I think, a good relationship with one of them at one of the local farmers markets. I think it's possible.
All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna have to.
You should think on it.
I'll think on it, but then I need to just get out on YouTube and see if some folks have some videos out there using this particular roasting box.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think it will be difficult because it looks pretty simple to me. Mm-hmm. I think it's really just a matter of learning how to, as you do with everything, learning how to control the temperature and, you know, keeping the temperature in the range that you want.
And I might be a little naive, but for some reason, it just doesn't look like it holds a lot of charcoal. So that would be when I look at it, it doesn't seem like it. What do you think?
Well, 100-pound pig, I don't think is considered to be super large.
Okay. Hi. Yep.
You know, right? A large
6 hours.
A large hog is gonna be much larger than that. Okay, now correctional officer says actually the pig roast cooked using the roasting box only takes about 6 hours. The style is different from direct cooking because the coals are placed above the pig. It's a style that is from Cuba.
Wow, that's not what this is, though.
Well, I think it's probably similar.
I think the coals are below.
Yeah, the pictures that we're looking at, I wish I could show them. It does look like
all those juices just pouring out of that pig.
Bottom
yummy, yummy.
Of this. So we'll have to, you know, I'll have to see if I can find some videos with this particular one. And who knows, the way I tend to research, you know, I'll start by looking at this particular roaster, and then if I see something that other people are maybe thinking is better, then I might end up looking at a couple of different things. And Jeff is like, you know, please, details. We just need to convince Jeannine that we're in. It sounds like Jeannine is pretty well convinced. I think I just have to decide what is
he's got to do his research.
The right roaster, you know, what is the right one to get. So that might, I need to spend some time looking into that. So
it's pretty cool.
All right, so more to come. More to come on that. Well, guys, again, I just want to extend my heartfelt appreciation, you know, for you guys hanging out with us for a little bit and
it's nice,
you know,
therapy.
Again, reminding me of why I love barbecue the way that I do, and being able to tie it again to the memory of my father. So I do appreciate that. And I appreciate all of the comments and, the laughter
and the love,
and all of it, and the love. So it really does mean a lot to me. I've always felt humbled and grateful for the folks that do follow the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's moments like this that just further cement that that feeling that I have, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. So again, I don't necessarily want to promise that we're going to be on next Friday. I think we probably will. But then, the funeral is actually coming up,
it's on the 1st,
on
November 1st.
So there definitely won't be a live podcast that day. So I just say all of that to, just kind of bear with me, as I'm trying to continue to get the content out and, want to be very consistent with the podcast. Plus, like I said, this early blackout here has definitely convinced me that I need to
Would you go back?
Need
Revert.
to go to a different streaming platform because, like I said, this is unacceptable. So some changes will be coming, but I appreciate you guys hanging with us, and we, again, do appreciate each and every one of you. So. This is Kenyatta Robinson for Jeannine. Thank you for tuning in to the Backyard SmokeMaster BBQ Podcast. We appreciate you. Take a moment to like the podcast, and then tell a friend about us. Definitely trying to grow our community both on the podcast as well as in the Backyard SmokeMaster Society. So thank you to Bruce, to Jeff, Shade Tree Shack, and everyone else who tuned in and who left comments. We really do appreciate it. So again, have a great weekend. Get out there, enjoy your grills and smokers. This is Kenyatta Robinson signing off. Take care, and we will see you soon.